It is January 22nd, and we have still not heard a single piece of information about MLB The Show 23. We've been in the end of the game content for the last few weeks, and the last card that SDS dropped was this.
Bruh.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Tango, and today we're going to be talking about MLB The Show 23 and my thoughts on who I'd like to see on the cover and who I think has the best chance of being on the cover. Now, I know we haven't had any news. It's been a while since anything new has been updated in the game, but good news is we're coming up on about the 1 year mark of when SDS dropped this tweet basically saying, hey, in 3 days, we're going to show you the cover. So they gave us a little tease. And then 3 days later, they did their big event in Times Square where they revealed that Shohei Ohtani was going to be the cover athlete for MLB The Show 22. Now, a little history on who SDS has picked to be the cover athlete for MLB The Show. The last 5 or 6 years, it's basically been arguably the most popular, most marketable star in the game at the time. See, with Shohei last year, then you go back to 21, Fernando Tatis Jr., MLB The Show 20 with Javi Baez. Now, I know a lot of people might say, Javi Baez was kind of weak, but at the time, he was super exciting. I think it was the right choice. MLB 19, we saw Bryce Harper when it hovered around his big free agency decision. MLB The Show 18, obviously Aaron Judge, coming off that monster rookie season that he had. And then MLB The Show 17, the last and only legend we've ever seen on the cover. Arguably the most marketable player of all time to anybody sort of in the, ages like 18 to 45. Ken Griffey Jr., personal favorite player of all time, so I was ecstatic. That's the game that got me into start playing MLB The Show. I'm going to start off with a few that I don't think actually really have a chance of being on the cover, but just ones I would like to see or things I think that would be fun to see. I'm going to start off with this one. I like to call it the Slam Diego edition. Obviously San Diego Studios in San Diego, and the Padres have built one of the craziest slams that we've seen in a long time. Obviously, you have Fernando Tatis coming back, and again, I don't think they're going to put this guy on the cover again, especially with everything that's gone on with him. But obviously, picking up Xander Bogaerts, Juan Soto last year in the trade deadline, the year that Manny Machado had, I think this would be a super fun cover. You could give all of these guys crazy cards to start off the year. But again, I don't see this one actually happening, but I just think it was a fun idea with the whole Slam Diego theme and all the great players that they have on their roster. Next, now this is a person that I think it's crazy that he's never been on the cover of MLB The Show. Maybe he's not the most marketable player of all time, and I think he has a deal going on with a mobile game or something like that, but he's the greatest player of our generation, and that is Michael Nelson Trout. Now, I think that they've got to figure out a way to get this guy on the cover at some point, and I think we will see it down the road, but this is not going to be the year that's going to happen. But it's Mike Trout. He has arguably one of the best cards in the game every single year and definitely deserves a cover. Lastly, for a guy that I think, again, would be fun to see on the cover, but I doubt it's going to happen, it's going to be Bobby Witt Jr. from the Kansas City Royals. Shout out to my boy Nick Terrio 12. Super exciting young player, going to be a force in the league for many, many years to come. And again, another guy, maybe we'll see him on the cover down the road, but it's not going to be in 23. Now we're going to get into players that I legitimately think have a shot to actually be on the cover of this game. Narrowed it down to sort of 5 names, and we'll go sort of in order, I guess, of who I think is the least likely to the most likely. I do think that my number one choice, I would be beyond surprised, and I think everybody agrees. If this guy's not on the cover, it's going to be weird. All right, my opinion. 5th most likely person to be on the cover of MLB The Show 23, Yordan Alvarez. Now, this dude is crazy. Next to Aaron Judge, maybe the best hitter in the league. Hits absolute tanks.
Alvarez hits a high drive, center field. Bierling's back. This game is turned upside down.
Insane. Coming off a World Series championship, popularity on an all-time high. And again, another guy whose card plays super well in the game, and everybody loves to use him. Number 4, and you can call it bias if you want. Obviously, I'm Canadian, and this is my team, but Vladimir Guerrero Jr., this dude has got to be on the cover of MLB The Show in the next couple of years. And if he's not, I'm going to be so surprised. And I do think he has a chance this year. I mean, he's one of the most marketable guys in the whole league. Super fun to watch. Runner-up in MVP in 2021. Maybe he had a down year last year to some, but he's still just a beast. He's only going to get better. This is personally who I would like to see on the cover the most, but not who I think is the most likely to be on the cover. Does that make sense? Anyway, Vlad Jr., SDS. Do something with him. Spot number 3, I have Jazz Chisholm Jr., apparently the new center fielder for the Miami Marlins. Jazz, again, beyond exciting, super fun to watch, great personality, has the ability to hit tanks. Another guy whose cards just play great in the game. this is who we want to see. He's got a great relationship with SDS, so who knows? Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But I think he's got a good shot. I put him in my number 3 spot, Jazz Chisholm. Now, pretty fitting that I would put this guy in the number 2 spot on my list, since he's the most recognizable player to wear the uniform number 2. For all of you who don't know, last year there was a big commotion on the internet. Somebody leaked this, and it looked like we were going to get this guy in the game. But yes, my number 2 choice that I think is most likely to be on the cover of MLB The Show in 2023 is the captain, Derek Jeter. I know I fall in that category of people who I don't think his card would play that well in the game, but this guy's beyond popular. Do you know how many more people would buy MLB The Show if Jeter was on the cover? And this is coming from a Blue Jays fan. No, I'm absolutely not a Yankees fan, but I'm a baseball fan. And if you're a baseball fan, you cannot argue that Derek Jeter deserves to be on the cover of this game. And if there's going to be any legend that is going to be on the cover of MLB The Show, it's going to be Derek Jeter. My number 1 choice should come as no surprise. Everything I've seen on the internet, I think the majority of people are going to be in agreement. And I think it would honestly be a travesty if this guy was not on the cover. That is, of course, the reigning American League Rookie of the Year, Julio Rodriguez. Now, this kid is insane. I think we can all agree he's going to win at least 1 MVP in his career, maybe multiple. 40-40 potential. The most exciting player now, the Mariners, not the biggest market, but their team is improving. They made the playoffs. They did what they did to the Blue Jays. He's the engine of that team. He's the heart and soul. He's basically going to be the leader if he's not already the leader. And this kid's what, 22 years old? If Julio Rodriguez is not on the cover of MLB The Show 23, I'm going to be so shocked. It just makes sense. It just makes perfect sense if you line it up with all of the people that they put on the cover the past 5 or 6 years. Shohei Ohtani, Tatis, Judge, Harper, it's got to be Julio. All right, everybody, that's going to wrap it up for me. I'd love to know your thoughts. Put it down in the comments. Who do you think is going to be on the cover of MLB The Show 23? Or who do you just want to be on the cover of MLB The Show 23? Who's your favorite player? Who would you love to see? There are tons of great stars in the game. Mookie Betts, Ronald Acuna Jr., Jeremy Pena. Obviously, Aaron Judge has a good chance he could do it again. You know, another question, will they ever put a pitcher on the cover? Jacob deGrom, Verlander, Alcantara? Who knows? I want to know what you think. I'd also like to know, what did you think of the mock covers themselves? I did all these up in Photoshop. I'm not like amazing or anything, but I thought I did a decent job and they were fun to do. Yeah, if there's any that you want to see, let me know. Hit me up on Twitter. All links in the description below. And looking forward to MLB The Show 23 and putting out tons of content for you. Again, as always, like, subscribe. We'll catch you next one. Peace out.